Not too long ago, Spike Chunsoft started adding custom moves to Jump Force. These moves were specifically made to be a part of the creator character movesets, and one of those special moves specifically designed for creator characters was based on my favorite My Hero Academia character, Ochaco Uraraka. I did mention at the time that I was going to eventually make an avatar based on the character and use that very move, but I never got around to it. At least until today. Now, before I show you what options I used, I do want to make a very specific complaint about Jump Force. Before the release of the game, there was this face marking in the options. We saw it through pre-released screenshots. At the time, we thought maybe it was Dark Magician Girl's face features, but instead it ended up not making it to the final version of the game, which is really sad because it means I cannot replicate the Uraraka look. She has these pink cheeks, and it's even in that exact shape, so I expected to be able to do that. Unfortunately, that option is not in the game, so I'll have to make do with something else. For the fighting style, I went with Type B, the style based on Luffy, because it's the only realistic option other than Type C, the one based on Naruto. I didn't want to use the Naruto one because the strikes are very purposeful, they're very precise, and I think Type B just fits Uraraka a tiny bit more because it's a little more sporadic and there's a little bit less technique to it. Either way, it's a pretty minor difference as far as the aesthetic of the two movesets, so you can choose whichever one you prefer. For the body proportions and skin color, I went with these options you see on your screen now. I forget whose hair this actually is, but it does look fairly similar to Uraraka's, so I went with this one alongside these color options here. Eyebrow options don't really matter a whole lot, you hardly ever see them with this hair option, but I went with this option alongside these color options. Uraraka's eyes are very circular, and there's only one set of circular eyes inside of Jump Force, so there's an obvious decision to be made here. For pupils, you want to go with the smallest option available with these color settings. Honestly, I hardly notice a difference with any of these nose options, so just pick something small. Uraraka has a fairly round face, so this mouth and jaw option is a good one to go with, though there is a few that work. Uraraka is one of the few characters who actually use the features tab if you want to recreate them. We need to create that kind of rosy cheeks effect that she has going on, and personally, I use this and these colors and transparency options you see on your screen now. But in all honesty, you could spend quite a lot of time messing around with these options just to get it perfect. Unfortunately, I wasn't that dedicated today. There it is, our base Uraraka. Sadly, My Hero Academia doesn't actually have a lot in the way of costumes in Jump Force, so Uraraka's hero costume is of course out of the question. The UA Sports uniform is very difficult to replicate, so unfortunately we're going to have to go with generic school clothing. In combat options for Special 1, I've gone with Garu's Sand Shower to help replicate potential rubble or rocks that she could be throwing around. It's also a very nice assist move, so it does have some moveset potential there. Special 2, I've gone with Togoro's You Think You're Invincible. Thematically, I'm imagining Uraraka is lowering the weight of her opponent to help throw them around. And of course, for her last basic special move, I've gone with the obvious one, the one that made this CAC video happen, Meteor Shower, which is of course based on Ochaco Uraraka. For the awakening technique, to be honest, not many fit Uraraka, but I've decided to go with Blackbeard's Black Hole Liberation because it's really the only thing even remotely close to something that Uraraka would do. I thought about going for maybe something a little more generic. I even thought about using Boa's awakening technique, but I think that this is the best fit. So there you have it, my Ochaco Uraraka Jump Force creator character. Let me know what you think I could have done differently. I don't often do creator character videos and I don't intend to do too many of them in the future, but I thought that this would be a perfect exception to that rule because we got a brand new move in the game that's based on my favorite My Hero Academia character, so if there was ever a time to make an exception, I thought it was now. I hope you enjoyed the video. My name has been Bilbsy, and I'll be sure to catch you in the next one.